This is the Dharma talk from Laungphor Thongbai Phapassaro from Wat Naluang monastery in Udonthani, Thailand. Today the topic is the cause of enlightenment to be sodaban. All the knowledge you need to cut them off. All the intelligence you need to let go. Only remaining with the stillness in the mind to receive the blessing of the Dharma. The cause and the effect. The cause is the Dharma Patisampita. The effect is the Attha Patisampita. The cause is the eyes. The effect is the heart. The eye of the sodaban, and the effect or the fruit of the sodaban. Sodaban is the first enlightenment level, which means that person got enlightened and get in the stream, enter to the nirvana. So we take the fruit to explain, to know the cause, how to make it happen. When we see the effect, then we can investigate to know the cause of them. The effect is the suffering. The cause is the tanha or the craving. The Dharma Patisampita, which means know the cause. Attha Patisampita, which means know the fruit, know the effect. The cause is tanha, the craving, and the effect is the dukkha or the suffering. The cause is the Dharma Patisampita, which is very profound, and the effect is the Attha Patisampita, which means clearly to see. We need to see the cause until we have the freedom. We need to see the effect until we liberate from them. The cause is the Dharma Patisampita. The effect is the Attha Patisampita. We need to understand them clearly, make them to become the eyes and the heart for us. The eye and the heart stay in the same place. A person who can understand the cause of the tanha and understand the effect of the suffering, if that person, that one, can understand both of them clearly, the eye that appear clearly and the heart that can see clearly, that will bring the joyfulness, and then we have the rapture, we have the peacefulness, and then we have the happiness, and then we will have the concentration happen. The mind will be stable, and then we'll see the direction why it happened. The mind will know that the cause happened because of the tanha, the craving, and then the effect is the suffering. And we will know and see them clearly because we have the meditation to know and see. The mind of sodaban will happen because that mind know the cause of the suffering. Why the suffering happen? The cause is the tanha, the craving, and then the fruit of the tanha is the suffering. Where is the craving happen? For sure, this is the cause of the suffering happen. And where is the suffering happen? For sure, at that suffering must have the craving stay inside. The mind will know the cause and effect that is because of the samadhi, the meditation. When the mind is stable and know by the meditation, know and see clearly, which means the vipassana. Vipassana is the wisdom, because vipassana, the meaning is see the truth, and the vipassana will destroy the five aggregates. The five aggregates is the place that the tanha, the craving, stay inside there. And the fruits of the craving is the five aggregates must be suffer, no happiness at all. Any aggregate start from the form aggregate until the consciousness aggregate, all of them is suffering. If the craving still remain, for sure you still have the suffering. If you are suffer, which means you still have the craving. So this is the real vipassana to see. When we know the cause and the effect in the five aggregates, the five aggregates is suffering because they have the craving inside. The five aggregates will be happy because it's no more tanha, no more craving inside. And the five aggregates will not receive any suffering because the five aggregates understand the cause and the effect. The cause is the tanha, the craving, and the effect is the suffering. We understand like this, which means all understanding will bring us the freedom. That's why a person who explain the Dharma, chanting the Dharma, contemplate with the Dharma, practice the Dharma, and talking about the Dharma, they got enlightened because they understand the cause and the effect clearly. When understand like this, we will know, oh, the cause is the, and the effect is only the tanha, the craving, and the suffering. And then we understand because we see the aggregate. Before we think the five aggregates is me, the five aggregates is mine. I am belong to the five aggregate. The five aggregate belong to me. But after understand that the tanha, the craving, is the cause, and see the effects at the suffering. When understand like this, the attachment between the mind and the five aggregate will be destroyed. Before we think this is me, this is mine, it belongs to me, inside the five aggregate. But when we destroy the attachment in the five aggregate, we have the freedom from the attachment. Then any defilement that used to stay inside the five aggregate also got destroyed. No place for them to stay after that, because it's revealed, it's open already. Before, the tanha, the craving, hidden inside the five aggregate, but we never know. But now we knew already. We see that because of the craving stay inside the five aggregate and make suffering happen. But when after we destroy the tanha, the craving, then no more attachment in the five aggregate. The craving destroy, the five aggregate disappear. No more birth, no more death, and then no more suffering at all. When is no more suffering? Why is no more suffering? Because no cause of the suffering, which means no more tanha, no more craving. So that's why we talking about the Dharma, we listen the Dharma, we contemplate the Dharma, we chanting the Dharma, we practice the Dharma. All of this because we want to know the cause and the effect. Talking the Dharma, listening the Dharma, contemplate the Dharma, explain or chanting the Dharma, and practice the Dharma to know that finally everything just the cause and the effects. Know the cause and the effect, know the effect and the cause, and finally the mind just only know and see. Only know and see the cause is the tanha, and the effect is the suffering. So the mind understand clearly in the cause and the effect. Only know and they see the cause and the effect until the mind remove the attachment from the five aggregate, and then the mind have the freedom. So this freedom we call vimutti or the liberation. So this vimutti this liberation is like the eyes of the sodaban. So during it happen, when this liberation, this vimutti happen, it will destroy the feeling that we feel that, oh, the five aggregate is me. I am the five aggregate. I belong to the five aggregate. The five aggregate belong to me. So this liberation will destroy all of this feeling, this wrong understanding. That's why the sodaban can destroy the sakaya titi, or the wrong view, that thinking that this body and the mind is us. And this liberation can destroy the sakaya titi from the past and the future and in the present moment. It's empty like this, no more five aggregate.
ไปตั้งที่เหตุก็เป็นตัณหาไปตั้งที่ผลก็เป็นทุกข์
If the five aggregates stay at the cause, so is the tanha, the craving. If the five aggregates stay with the effect, so this is the suffering. If the five aggregates, we understand and see them with the Dharma Patisampita and the Attha Patisampita, this is the supreme, the Dharma of life. And then can cut the stream of the attachment. When the mind can cut the stream of the attachment from the five aggregate, it's like the cut off, the mind fall from attachment, and then have liberation.
เพราะฉะนั้นคำว่าตรัสรู้คือรู้เหตุจนพ้นรู้ผลจนผ่าน
So the enlightenment, which means know the cause and know the effect until you free from them. So that's why nirvana don't be like this, don't have like this. Don't be this, don't be that, don't have this, don't have that. This is the nirvana. The nirvana is the fruit that we extinct the cause and the effect. So this is the point that can destroy the three defilements in the mind. The first one we call sakaya titi. Sakaya titi is the wrong view. The wrong view to think this is myself. It's like the attachment about self. And the second is the vichikicha, is mean doubt and question. Doubt and question about the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Doubt and question about my body, my mind. And the third one is silapata paramas, which means uncertain in the morality in the mind and uncertain in the right path of the practice. When a person who enlightened to be sodaban, they can destroy these three things. Because the sodaban has the eyes. The eye is in the mind. So this is really can change and transform from a normal people to be a noble people. The normal mind become a noble mind. This is the point to change between a noble person and a normal person. It change by cause and effect. When we chanting, we have liberation. When we listen the Dharma, we have liberation. When we contemplate, we have liberation. When we practice, we have liberation. Liberation in every moment. This is the eyes of the sodaban. When it happened in the first time, and then it continue to develop. When the eye of the sodaban happen, the first thing to destroy is sakaya titi, the attachment about self. When the defilement of the sakaya titi got destroyed, because have the wisdom to destroy the tanha, the craving, and then nothing to hold on, nothing to cling on. Because the sodaban see the cause and effect, know the cause and see the effect. Know and see, know and see, know and see. So this knowing, this knowledge, is like the knowledge that free from the craving, until finally the mind is peaceful and cool down. This is become the stream of the nirvana. That's why a person who enters the stream of the nirvana, that one can say, Puttang saranang kacchami, the Buddha is my refuge. Dhammang saranang kacchami, the Dharma is my refuge. And Sanghang saranang kacchami, the Sangha, the monk, is my refuge. So the triple gem is really established firmly and strong, profound in the mind of the sodaban by this way. And in getting deeper, deeper and deeper, until the self vanish. Only have the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha in the mind. It can say Namo Tassa Bhagavato, which means they prostrate the Buddha, respect the Buddha. But in the other way, which means the sodaban prostrate and respect the mind, that the mind reach to the real Dharma without any doubt and question. So that's why reaching to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, the triple gem, to become the sodaban is very important that everyone should know and see. Know and see cause and effect. Know and see, until it becomes the coolness, the peacefulness in the mind. And this peacefulness becomes the emptiness. And this emptiness is the nirvana. Therefore, Putto Puttang want to go to nirvana. And Dhammo Dhammang want to walk on the path and the fruit to nirvana. And Sangho Sanghang want to have liberation. And this point, they become the noble people in the mind. No monk, no layman, laywoman, just only the noble mind, and become the sodaban. If some people is very good in the sila, samadhi, panya, after they enter the sodaban, immediately they can reach to the arahant. But some people, their morality, the sila is very good, but the meditation and wisdom is weak, not strong. So they become the Chula Sodaban. But if some people have the good morality and the meditation and wisdom is not good, but still practice and contemplate to destroy lust, anger and ignorance, and then it can reach enlightened to be the Sakita-kami. And if some people have very good morality, good meditation, good wisdom, and then they can reach to Anakami. And the final one, if they have the perfect morality, perfect meditation, perfect wisdom, and can destroy the tanha, the craving, and then can get enlightened to be get enlightened to be arahant. When the mind got the eye to see the cause 100% and see the effect 100%, and then the condition after see the cause and effect, and then the mind will extinguish the cause, extinguish the effect. No more cause, no more effect in the mind. And then the condition after this is only the peacefulness, the emptiness. The mind will see the face of the Buddha clearly and see the path to go, see the fruit to receive, and nothing to worry, and can change and transform and leave the circle of the suffering. That's why we can be the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, because we know all about this. And we see all about this. Because know and see, know and peaceful, see and empty. Even though now you are a normal person, but when you know and see like this, finally you will change to be a noble person, to be sodaban. You know coconut, after you cook it, and then you will have a coconut milk. This is the same thing like the mind. No, the sugar cane is the sugar cane. When we put them in the factory, it's become a sugar. It's the same thing for the mind. If the mind get in this process and refine, it change from the normal mind to be the sodaban mind. If the mind extinguish in off the craving, and then this mind become the noble mind. Nobody can stop it. So therefore, everyone that listen right here, right now, you can make yourself, make your mind to become a noble person immediately. This is not about the physical, not about the body that you have, not about stupid or intelligent that you have. That's why I always telling you that know and live smart and let go. Just have stillness in your mind, and this can destroy a normal mind, normal person. That's why mostly the sodaban, they live in the city, live in the town, live in a house like a normal people, but inside their mind they know the cause and the effect. Then they try to let go all the cause and effect until they reach to the point of the nirvana. Become the sodaban. The maximum is take about 7 life, return to be a human 7 times. Or in the middle, return to be a human 3 times. Or some people is very good, very quick, return to be a human 1 time, 1 life. Then later enlighten to be arahant. So I'm telling you in the way too easy to understand. Every mind is non-self. Not any moment, not any second that the mind has self. Even though you think this is my body, this is my feeling, this is my perception, my thinking, my consciousness from 6 senses. But the body is the body. The feeling, the perception, the thinking, the consciousness is the mind. And cannot be anything, cannot have anything. When we know like this is the nature of the 5 aggregate. When we understand like this, oh, this 5 thing cannot have, cannot be anything. And then you can remove the attachment from this 5 aggregate. And cannot receive anything because nothing to receive from this 5 aggregate. And sapphe dhamma anattati, because all of them, all of everything is the emptiness. When it's empty, nothing to attach, nothing to receive. So this is the mind. That's what removed from the attachment in the 5 aggregate. So this mind is free from all the burden, no business in birth and death, and become the unconditioned. Not about the Buddha was born, the Buddha have, the Buddha come. Not all about this. Because we know the cause is the tanha, the craving. The fruit is the suffering. We know all about this. Nothing to wait. Don't need to wait for anyone to come. And by you put it yourself, put yourself for down and say like, oh, I'm too stupid. I'm not good enough to enlighten. If you think like this, so you punish yourself and make yourself become a useless person and discourage yourself. You might only think, I'm better than you, I'm lower than you, I am the same like you with the self. But if you know the truth like this, the cause and the effect, then no exception. No matter what, how many billion of the mind, when all the mind know the cause and effect like this, they will go in the same door, go in the same path. So therefore now everyone know it. The mind change from the normal mind to be a noble mind. By this way, you can do it right here, right now, immediately. So you don't need to waste your time and waiting for them to torture you, to hurt you, to attack you. Because suffering is the danger. The danger is the suffering. And this danger It happened because of the tanha, the craving. If you know the cause of tanha, you destroy tanha, and then all the danger and the suffering is gone. So only the pure mind will be remaining. So therefore, I'm telling you that if you want to reach to the pure Dharma, you have to enter by this point, by this way. That's why Putto Puttang, success in nirvana. Dhammo Dhammang, success in the path and the fruit. Sangho Sanghang, success in the liberation, happen by this way, by this point. So therefore, when it happens like this, you can sitting with the stillness and taking the profit from liberation. After the Buddha got enlightened, he's sitting for 7 days, standing for 7 days, and walking for 7 days. Nothing to do, only take the profit from liberation. For me, I'm not like that, like the Buddha, but for me, I'm sitting for 5 days, 5 nights. I think, oh, this is amazing, this is wonderful already. Sit, stand, and walk 3 days, 3 nights, and nothing to worry, nothing to carry, nothing to be heavy in my mind, because I destroyed the tanha, the craving already. No more seed, no more flame of the suffering and the defilement. No more seed, no more flame of birth and death, love and hate. No come and go. The mind never go back to any defilement anymore. When it happens like this, when the mind reach to the stream of the nirvana, like the sodaban, when it becomes the perfect one, this stream of the mind will close the unhappy state. Anger, greed, lust, ignorance will be tasteless from the mind. Like when your hand catch the fire, you know it's hot, and then you throw it from your hand. You don't keep it. It's like that. Because all the suffering is hot. It's not easy to resist. But if you see it deeper in the suffering is the real thing or not? It's not. But you have the suffering because you have the cause of them, the tanha. If you destroy the cause, destroy the craving, the tanha, then the fruit is empty, no more suffering. Then no more cause, no more effect. Finally, it's become the nirvana. Nirvana is the best happiness. Nirvana is the best emptiness. All the Buddha praise and respect the nirvana, not like the man and woman that respect and praise to the sensual desire. That's why you need to be effort to destroy the craving and to be effort to destroy the sensual desire. If you want to be a noble one, you need to let go, destroy all of this, and reach to the peacefulness. So what is the point that you will turn left, turn right, go around in the six senses, in this body and mind? What is the profit from this? For your happiness or for your suffering? During the Buddha give the Dharma talk to many people. And then all the people that listen to his Dharma, all of them say sadhu, and all of them enlightened. Because this kind of people, they know the cause and the effect, and then they can destroy the craving, the tanha in their mind, end of suffering. And then the Buddha said, Anya, which means now you know it. You knew it already. And then the teacher teach to the student, and then the student understand, and then it's end of everything, and then no more burden, no more fighting in the mind. Then can defeat the self, defeat myself, defeat yourself, defeat themselves, defeat all the self. The Buddha got enlightened. The Buddha got liberation. The Buddha success in the nirvana. And then the Buddha come to teach us. If you listen, you follow, you practice, for sure, finally, you will get enlightened. You will have liberation. And then you will succeed in the nirvana, absolutely. That's why I'm talking about the Samma-Titti, the right understanding. Samma-Patibat, the right practice. All of this because for this point. But is the point of the sodaban happen? The sodaban happen because have the 5 eyes arise in the mind. Because got the 5 liberation. Liberation by listening the Dharma. Liberation by chanting the Dharma. Liberation by explain the Dharma. Liberation by contemplate the Dharma. And liberation by practice the Dharma. Nothing over than this. Sometimes we explain the Dharma and then the mind got liberation by this way. Sometimes you listen the Dharma, your mind have liberation by this way. Sometimes you chanting the Dharma and then your mind got liberation by this way. Or when you practice the Dharma, you contemplate the Dharma, your mind also can have liberation by this way. Yes, we training, we are practicing, we crossing, we against the stream, and then finally we let go, and then we have liberation, and then birth and death cannot be any effect because the mind have liberation already. And then when the karma happen, the fruit of the karma happen, just the nature of the karma, but the mind never receive any karma because the mind have liberation already. The fruit of the karma is happen because it's happened by the nature before the mind got enlightened. And then the fruit of that karma still running. But the mind after liberation, the mind is free from any karma. The karma can affect only the physical, but the mind is free from the karma, nothing to receive from any suffering in this karma. The Buddha got enlightened when he was 35 years old, but finally his physical body died, burned and buried. But that's not the Buddha, only the physical body. We are all the same. We were born to be a normal human, but then later we practice enlightened, maybe 30 years old, 50 years old. It depends on you in this different time. So this is the Dharma I give to you. Know and cut, smart and let go. No hot, no cold. Know the cause and the effect. The cause is the suffering. The cause is the tanha, the craving, and the effect is the suffering. If you extinguish the cause and the effect, extinguish the tanha and the suffering, and then finally you will have nirvana. And then will be the voice from 10,000 galaxies. From the 4 elements, the voice will say that no more birth, no more staying, no more death, because no more mood. Birth, stay, and death is no more, because any mood cannot happen. When it's no more come, no more go by any mood, then the mind disappear. Disappear, which means the bad karma in the mind, unwholesome in the mind, is totally gone, disappear. Only the good mind remaining, wholesome mind remaining. And this good mind also support the mind to be bright and pure. That's why the noble monk, which means the precious one, the Arahant, which means respectful person, and the Buddha is no awake and joyful. And this happens in the condition when the mind know the cause and effect. And then when the mind happen like this mind never kill a father, this mind never kill a mother, this mind never kill the Arahant, this mind never hurt the Buddha, this mind never make the Sangha, the monk have the fighting, and this mind respect only the Buddha, never go and respect in the other religion, because see the truth of the Buddha already, because have the right mind, right understanding, the right view. So we were born to be a human like this. If nobody talk about it, nobody open about this, how can we know, how can we see? If someone open and someone see, yes, this is the right. So therefore today, I open your mind and open the eyes in your mind. And this called sotapattiyankha. And in the summary, the sodaban can remove 3 defilement, 3 sangyot. Sangyot, which means the defilement is like the trap. And the sodaban can remove the 3 traps. And can remove 1 hindrances. And the sodaban will never make any very bad karma, like kill a father, mother, like that. And the sodaban can close unhappy state. The sodaban will never reborn to be the animal, a hungry ghost, a demon, or fall to hell. The sodaban can close this 4 unhappy state perfectly, never go back to this condition. The sodaban mind will never travel to be very angry, to have very strong greed, or get strong delusion. Yes, sometimes the bad karma can come in their mind, but they will know immediately and let go immediately. And then the bad reaction from physical body cannot happen. That's why all the noble monk, noble person, when they did any mistake, they will confess, they will say it, they will open it, will not have any secret. If they make any bad thing happen or they break the precept, they will confess and can open immediately. For the noble monk, noble person, when they talk, they think, they do, they open everything. And then when they open, their mind is bright and pure. All the defilement, all the craving, all the bad karma in the mind start to remove and reduce. Only the pure mind remaining. That's why I told you that the Dharma will bring you to the pure nature. And the pure nature go back to the pure Dharma. So this is the Dharma to cut the stream of the defilement that make you become a normal person. You understand about this, you will become the noble person. Don't be sad if you cannot enlighten. But in fact, you don't want to consume them, you don't take it. If you take it, you consume it, you will be happy immediately. So what is this happiness? The Buddha, he said that any person that consume and take the Dharma that have been practiced very well already, that person will be very happy immediately. So now thinking in the mind, Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. And then you will appreciate with the Dharma of the Buddha more than your suffering life. Because the birth of this time is the happiness. Get enlightenment is the birth of the happiness. A person that keep practice the Dharma very often, and finally the mind will have liberation and have the real happiness. And that person will be very happy when he hear or listen the Dharma of the noble monk. It's very different from the normal people. For the normal people, when they listen the Dharma from the noble monk, they don't like it. But a person that enlightened to be sodaban, when they listen to the Dharma from the noble monk, they'll be very happy, will have rapture, want to know more, want to get there. Their mind want to get more Dharma, want to go further. Don't have any bad mind at all. Don't go to left to right. Don't have any secret with themselves. And open for everything. And open for the Dharma. So therefore, you are monk or layman, laywoman. From today, you need to change. Change the mind to go in the stream of nirvana. Your mind is so little, you don't need to take so many things in the mind. Don't need to read many things and remember in your mind. If the mind keep walking on the right path, right stream, and finally, the mind will have liberation. Liberation by the wisdom, and liberation with the mind. This is the nature. Liberation with the mind, this is the power of the nirvana. Liberation with the wisdom, because the power of the knowledge to know the five aggregate. And it will be bright, clean, and clear by itself. And no matter what who you are, the king, the queen, rich and poor people, everybody is the same if you reach to the nirvana. When we are sitting, we see the different kind of people. But when enlightened, everybody, every mind is the same thing. No one is better than the other. No one is lower than the other. This equal. The Buddha, he said that only the Dharma can make the world even. And equal are the same thing. Only the Dharma can make it happen. The other cannot. The earth, the water, the fire, the winds, they are the same thing. And no more assumption, no more enactment. When we understand like this, let go everything. Because we have the good system already, just keep working on this path. This light have reached to the goal already. And in the five hindrances, the sodaban can remove doubt and question. And in the sangyot, the 10 defilement, the sodaban can remove doubt and question, can remove sakaya titi, the wrong view about self, and can remove silapata paramas, which means the wrong sila, the wrong morality, and the wrong practice. The sodaban can remove these three defilement. You talk, you think, you do. If you know, see, and understand like this, not so long, finally, you will get enlightened. No exception. If you walk and practice on the right path, for sure, you will be success and achieve, get enlightened with the Dharma of the Buddha. If you are not success, that means the Dharma of the Buddha is a liar. The Dharma, which has the right understanding and the right practice, if anyone practice and keep walking on this way, this world will never be empty from the Arahant. The Buddha said like this, and he guarantee, don't be afraid about it. If there is still exists with the right practice, for sure this world still have the Arahant. No doubt and question about this. The Arahant never be empty from this world. So who is the Arahant? It's us. When you empty from us, then you will have knowing. But you empty from knowing, you will have nothing. When you have nothing, then you will have something that very special. Then you will realize that, oh, All the Dharma is empty. All the Dharma is non-self. All the Dharma is no suffering. All the Dharma is permanent. And all the Dharma is forever. So this is the cause to make you get enlightened to be sodaban. Transform from being normal people to be a noble people. The Buddha, he said that the duty that I should do, I have done already. The thing that I should support, I have support already. But now you, the one that should go to the empty house, go to the cave, go to sit under the tree, and should have the meditation and wisdom to burn and destroy the defilement with non-negligence. And don't worry to think about this, think about that. The Buddha don't have in this world, don't have in the other world, but the Buddha stay in the knowing, in the knowledge. And he keep teach us, keep telling us, and give us the direction with his good intention, with love and kindness to everyone, to all the being, from the Brahman world to the heaven, to human world, to animal, until hell. No exception for everyone. It's like a mother, even though her child is really ugly, but she still loves her child very much. So therefore the Dharma of the Buddha is for everyone. It's not like I love this person, I hate this person. It's different from the other teacher in this world. So the Buddha is the best teacher that gives us the knowledge, the teaching, the Dharma, very right and accurate like the sun, and have the same taste like the ocean. So this is the immortal taste of the Dharma. So if you think today is not my time, this year is not my year, and then what are you waiting for? The sunrise to sunset never wait for anyone. The time keep passing by, never wait for you. Only yourself that can make a profit for yourself. The other cannot do it for you. Happiness with the six senses. Enjoyment, entertainment to that place, to this place. This is not the thing that we need to searching for, because they are not the freedom. The picture, the sound, the taste, the smell, the contact in this world, they are the flower of devil. They are the place of the suffering that stay inside there. When you can defeat them, while you want to stay with them, taking them and consume suffering from them. What the happiness that the Buddha accept? The happiness from the nirvana, or the happiness from the six senses. The happiness from a person, from the places, from the object. So this is the Dharma that the Buddha want to bring us go together in the same place. Is the nirvana. If you realize and understand this, now you can choose the happiness. The happiness of the Buddha is the happiness from the nirvana. Okay, end of the Dharma talk for today.